Hello, hello. I'm Michael's Excerpt 2 of Letter 2, which we will read today, covers the following essentially. Jesus' arrival in his mom's home in Nazareth after he spent 6 weeks in the desert. Thanks for being here today. Enjoy the reading. Letter 2, Excerpt 2. Jesus returns to his mother's home in Nazareth. When I left the desert and put foot to the road leading to my village of Nazareth, I was still elated, exuberantly joyous in the knowledge so gloriously revealed to me in the desert. I focused my thoughts entirely on all that I had learned, and if my thoughts strayed to my former negative forms of thought, I swiftly turned to the Father for inspiration and determination in overcoming them. In this way, I returned constantly to the light of awareness and understanding. Some people looked at me askance, seeing my joy and also my dirty, unkempt appearance. Was I happy with drink? They wondered. Others looked at me with abhorrence. Instead of reacting with anger as in the past, I remembered that I had been blessed with visions and knowledge they could not even begin to imagine. I blessed them and prayed for their inner vision to be similarly opened and continued peacefully along the road to my home. There were villagers, however, who viewed my pitiful state with compassion and hurried into their houses to fetch me bread and even wine to help me on my way. There was always someone who offered shelter for the night. The Father Life indeed supplied all my needs and gave me protection as needed. All this time, I said not a word about my weeks in the desert. I felt that the time was not yet ripe. Eventually, I reached my hometown Nazareth, and the villagers openly scoffed, pointing at my filthy self and tattered clothes. "Dirty, lazy layabout," were some of the kinder words thrown at me. I came to my mother's door with a feeling of dread, since I knew she would be more shocked than her neighbors when she saw me stand in front of her, thin, bones showing through skin, eyes sunken and cheeks hollowed out, face burnt black and lips blistered with the sun, and beard grown long and straggly. My clothes! She would be outraged when she saw my clothes, their original color wholly obscured by desert dust and the cloth torn and ragged. I mounted the steps and braced myself to endure the heat of my mother's fury. When I knocked, my sister came to the door. She looked at me, open-mouthed, wide-eyed and frightened, then slammed the door in my face. I could hear her running to the back of the house, screaming, "Mother, come quickly! There is a dirty old man at the door!" I could hear my mother muttering crossly to herself, hurrying to the door. Flinging it open, she stood rooted in shock. I smiled but for a moment. She looked me up and down with increasing horror as she realized this dreadful creature was indeed her wayward son, Jesus. I held out my hand to her, saying, "I know I cause you much pain, but can you help me?" Immediately, her expression changed, and drawing me inside, she secured the door. "Quick!" she said to my frightened sister, "stop that noise and put water on to boil. Your brother is starved. It doesn't matter what trouble he has got into. He belongs to us. He must be looked after." Gently, she helped me take off my clothes and bent me over a large container of water and scrubbed me clean. She washed and trimmed my hair and beard, and lightly covered the sores of my body and lips with a healing salve. Neither of us broke the silence. I savor the love she showed me and try to show my gratitude by a gentler and sensitive approach. Having helped me put on a clean robe, she sat me down to a frugal meal of bread, milk, and honey. Reluctantly, she gave me wine to pick up my strength, but it was obvious she thought that wine had been the cause of my shocking plight. Then she led me to a bed and placed a cover over me. I slept for several hours and woke refreshed to a morning, bright with sunshine seen through the window.
Hello, hello. So, how did you like the reading? Jesus has spent 6 weeks in the desert. There he has gone through the most wondrous experience. Knowledge not yet revealed to any man has been revealed to him. The deep, ultimate reality of all things, living and inanimate, of the universe, of the ultimate source of being, the divine universal consciousness. In those 6 weeks he ate almost nothing and he slept almost nothing at all. So the man is a living skeleton, his lips and body covered with blisters and sores, cheeks hollowed out, his hair and his beard a total mess, his clothes a total mess. And so he's scared to death of showing up like that at his mom's home, but he goes there. There's where he has to go. She, as a mother, takes him lovingly. She washes him, heals his blisters and sores, trims his hair and beard, puts him a clean robe, feeds him milk, bread, and honey, and gives him also some wine to pick up his strength, and then puts him to bed. He will wake up the following morning refreshed, a bright sunny morning. Tomorrow we will see what these extraordinary two beings talked about. Thanks so much for being here today. Please subscribe to my channel by hitting the button below. Give me a like if you like this video. And thanks for sharing with friends. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. I truly do.